Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us from the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Jaspreet Singh, co-founder and CEO of Druva. We're going to take a look at the role enterprise cloud technology plays in an economic downturn. We'll also take a look at how businesses should be thinking about protecting their data. Jaspreet, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, and given the turbulent markets that we're in right now, anticipating an economic downturn or even a recession, what role does enterprise cloud technology play in all this?
I think the good news is that if there's a downturn, people want to really speed up the digital, transformation. If the market is going up, they still want to really speed it up. So, irrespective of the market sentiment, the digital transformation is being here. People are looking at supply chain being transformed, the delivery model being transformed, the customer buying patterns being completely changing. So we are seeing a lot more adoption of cloud, and these are secular trends over next several years to come. So hopefully the turbulent markets really helps customers focus a lot more on their high priority, meaningful efforts to transform in terms of cloud. And we'll see a lot more of that, in my opinion.
How should businesses be thinking about their solutions in an environment like this?
I think the beauty of cloud being all consumption, all SaaS, is that a conversion model from a highly capex-oriented spend to buy a long-term solution into testing the waters, buying small to medium-term solutions and really going with an OpEx-based model would really help them conserve cash better, will help them test waters better. And the new transformation of either it's an employee experience or a supply chain experience or a delivery model, the customers can reach a lot more, delivery models can re-transform the supply chain with a cloud-based model.
Let's talk about some of the solutions and the benefits of being in the cloud. But first, the cloud seems to be very ubiquitous these days. It sounds like it's all the same thing. What are the differences when you're analyzing what types of solutions you should be looking for?
Sure. If you look at the hyperscalers today of Amazon, Google, Oracle, they are actually diversifying themselves. Amazon, if you think about their motto, it's all about build on AWS. It's all about developer community, building new applications, building from scratch, right? If you look at Microsoft being either the communication cloud with Office 365 or Azure being more enterprise IT centric. So lift and shift your workloads, deploy your IT stack on top of it, right? And Google tends to be a lot more focused on applying data to problems and really solving with the challenges of the data mining and data science and stuff like that. So in a sense, the cloud itself, even the hyperscalers themselves are diversifying quite a bit in the solution offering to consumer. And in the generic terms of cloud, underneath it, there are plenty of ISVs or plenty of SaaS vendors like us who are offering a specific solution to a specific problem. So customers don't have to really build homebrew solutions for everything they've been doing for the last 30, 40 years.
Right, and we know the trends that are accelerating the push towards the cloud. Hybrid work, the way we operate in terms of businesses and so forth. What about the security risks, though?
Absolutely. So if you look at the last 30, 40 years of security dominantly been focused in the last 30 years on preventing an attack or detecting an attack and preventing it, right? The model, and people also realize majority of about 92% of these attacks have been sort of like, in many ways, oversight of multiple parts. Majority of these have been oversight of a human nature, which led to an intruder coming in or an internal activist, internal person stealing data, right? So majority, it's not the system itself, but the human factor still is a dominant factor in security attack. And now security is transforming into sort of two broad areas beyond what they've been doing, right? One, can we make systems more automated so the human factor can be reduced, which is where cloud truly comes in, right? Things are dominantly almost pre-baked for you. So security is not an afterthought, it's already pre-built with zero trust models, right? And number two, I think there's a lot more focus on not the detection and prevention, but also remediation and recovery. Like how do we make sure, someone will get in. When they get in, how do we contain the damage? How do we recover quickly? How can we get back on the business as fast as possible?
Does the cloud help to protect data?
Absolutely. So the cloud, like a vendor like Druva, right? Predominantly so far in the business we are in, the data management challenges, the process of managing information has been dominantly hardware and software focused, right? We are the first in scale at the highest scale of a SaaS vendor in the market now, right? But before us, it was dominantly so much hardware, software, services oriented. The chances of getting it wrong were far more higher, right? So a SaaS vendor applies the crowdsourced learning of many years expertise into every single customer, right? And plus, I think the notion of cloud being, the power of instant scaling truly helps you get access to resources when you want them for recovery, for remediation, for burst compute needs, when you actually have to have a disaster recovery setup, move from a traditional model into a cloud model.
All right, Jaspreet, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.